There are 5 phrases a foolish man cannot help but reveal, and each one exposes the cracks in his character more clearly than any failure, regret, or downfall ever could. You can study a man's wealth, his accomplishments, or the mask he wears before the world, but none of these reveal his true nature. His words do. His speech is the open doorway to the architecture of his mind. The Stoics taught that the tongue is the echo of the soul, and just as spoiled fruit betrays the sickness of the tree, careless words betray the weakness of the spirit. Today, here at Stoic Sage Academy, we'll uncover the 5 sentences that instantly reveal ignorance, insecurity, and inner poverty. If you hear them in others, consider it a warning. If you hear them in yourself, consider it a turning point. Prepare yourself, because what you're about to discover may change not only how you see others, but how you see your own inner dialogue. 1. It's not my fault. This is the first and loudest cry of a fragile mind. When confronted with difficulty, the foolish man does not pause to examine his own role. He immediately seeks an external culprit. He blames fate, society, his upbringing, misfortune, and anything else that spares him from self-confrontation. Marcus Aurelius gave us the antidote. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. A foolish man avoids responsibility because responsibility feels heavy, but a strong man embraces it because he knows growth hides within that weight. When the wise fail, they ask, what lesson hides within this? When they stumble, they ask, how do I rise better than before? And when life wrongs them, they ask, what is still mine to command? Blame frees you from effort, but it shackles you to weakness. Ownership demands effort, but makes you unstoppable. 2. I already know that. The second signature of foolishness is arrogance disguised as knowledge. The moment a man utters, I already know, he closes the gates of his mind. He shuts out wisdom, interrupts learning, and elevates false confidence above genuine understanding. Epictetus warned, a man cannot learn what he believes he already knows. Wisdom rests on humility. The fool prefers the illusion of mastery because true mastery would demand ongoing growth. The wise approach every lesson, old or new, with fresh eyes. They understand that repetition deepens understanding, and familiar truths reveal new layers with time. As Socrates, revered by the Stoics, declared, the only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. The fool rejects this truth. The wise build their lives upon it. 3. That's impossible. This is the battle cry of defeat before the battle has even begun. To the foolish mind, challenges appear as immovable walls. He retreats instead of attempts. He shrinks instead of strives. His belief in impossible is rarely about the limits of reality. It is about the limits of his courage. Seneca dismantled this mindset. It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. The wise man recognizes that most impossibilities are simply untested possibilities. What seems unreachable is often untouched only because others never tried. To the coward, effort feels pointless. To the Stoic, effort is the point. The man who constantly declares, that's impossible, dies long before his body does. The man who says, let me try, breathes life into every challenge he meets. 5. I don't care. This phrase may sound harmless, even detached, but within the foolish man, it hides apathy, fear of effort, and a drifting spirit. The Stoics did teach indifference, but theirs was noble indifference, freedom from attachment to wealth, fame, and pleasure. When the fool says, I don't care, he is not practicing wisdom, he is justifying avoidance. He is fleeing discipline, responsibility, purpose. Epictetus drew a clear line. Some things are within our control, others are not. A wise man is indifferent to what lies outside his reach, but he cares profoundly for what he can shape, his decisions, his character, his virtue. The fool uses I don't care as an escape. The Stoic uses it as liberation. One weakens, the other strengthens. 5. What's in it for me? This final phrase reveals the deepest form of spiritual poverty, chronic self-interest. The foolish man treats the world like a marketplace. Every act must yield a return. Every relationship must benefit him. Kindness, loyalty, generosity, these are currencies he spends only when profit is guaranteed. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, what is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bee. Life is not measured by what you extract from the world, but by what you contribute to it. A wise man seeks to strengthen the whole, not just himself. He measures his worth not by accumulation, but by transformation, by the virtues he cultivates and the lives he touches. The man who asks, "What's in it for me?" dies empty while surrounded by abundance. The man who asks, "What can I give?" dies fulfilled even with empty hands. Words are not mere vibrations in the air. They are audible habits of thought. They are reflections of the inner world. A foolish man reveals his weaknesses through his speech. A wise man reveals his philosophy. At Stoic Sage Academy, we believe that when your words rise, your character rises with them. The Stoics taught that transformation begins not with grand gestures, but with subtle shifts in thought, shifts that eventually reshape the entire character. Your words are the earliest signs of who you are becoming. They are the trail markers of your inner journey. If you remove these 5 phrases from your vocabulary, you will feel something remarkable happen. Your thinking sharpens, your discipline strengthens, and your sense of responsibility deepens. You begin to live, not as a passenger to life, but as a commander of your own soul. At Stoic Sage Academy, our mission is simple: to help you build a life anchored in strength, virtue, and wisdom. If this lesson has expanded your perspective, subscribe and continue walking with us on the timeless Stoic path. Together, we rise through discipline. Together, we grow through truth. Together, we move toward the unshakable peace only wisdom can give.